Spaced out, I'm floating in a hip-hop haze, drifting through galaxies in a cosmic daze. The music guides me like a shooting star as I explore the depths both near and far. In this state of bliss, I'm free to roam, in a universe where I truly feel at home. Spaced out, lost in hip-hop's embrace, I find myself in a celestial space. With stick figures and hearts dancing in delight, I'm reminded of the power of love's pure light. In this cosmic journey where I'm truly free, hip-hop and love intertwine, my soul set free.
Hey, what's going on, folks? It is me, it is I am him, it is Space Cadet, and you are now tuned into the Spaced Out Podcast. And today, folks, we have the separation of Jordan Mids and Jordan Highs. We starting from ground level. We got Jae Skeese in the building.
What's going on, man? What's going on? How you feel, bro? It's been a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Time
sir.
number 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you,
Come on,
as
bro.
always. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing good. Feeling good. Excited, for real. It's been a crazy year.
Yeah. You
It's been a crazy year.
dropped a lot of work this year, too.
Nah, it's a fact, man. Between that and just, everything I've been able to do this year, between shows and traveling and, putting out music, like it's been a crazy year for sure.
Yeah.
I think I've been able to show the level up this year for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
Especially, like, the sponsorships and everything, too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Rick's.
Yeah, shout out to Rick's, man. Rick's Sports Apparel. Rick's, man, 201 Allen Street. Make sure you pull up, man. They got all the fire. Anything come to shoes, Jordans, Nike, Timberlands. The Timberland selection is crazy. Jerseys, hats. They got the contract right with New Era. They got exclusive hats, exclusive, jerseys, exclusive sweatsuits, all that. Just pull up, man. They gonna get you taken care of. They got everything from the men's to the women's to kids to babies. They got you covered, man, no matter what you need.
Hell yeah. And it's crazy because people been shopping there from, like, I've been there since a kid, getting jackets there, I remember. My dad, they'd be like, oh, we got to go to Rick's to go get a jacket, or the McKay's or Rick's. It was either one of those. But I remember going there. It's crazy. Like, it's dope for you probably to have that because you probably went there as a kid.
Yeah, man. Well, I went to high school at City Honors, so they weren't fire. So back in the day, we used to leave out of school and go get our Jordans from there and all that, or after school, we would go pull up, see what they had new in there, see what was, what was coming out and all that. So, Rick's has been like a staple, like you were saying, back in the day, your parents would take you there. Rick's has been a staple in the community for like 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even longer than that, to be honest. So, it's dope to work with them and just bring what I bring, you know what I'm saying, in terms of being a sneakerhead and just bringing that awareness to what they have in their store, because they got, everything in there is fire.
Yeah.
So, it's dope to work with somebody that's been in the community as long as they have and, to have that effect on the community, so where, everybody knows who they are pretty much. And I think now too, with the newer generation of kids that's like coming up and they want to get fresh, they want to get fly, it's like having my influence and letting people know where they can go. If you were only thinking about maybe going to the mall, it's like, nah, you got somewhere that you can go, like here in the city.
Yeah.
That's like a retailer. They're not like, reselling anything. You're going to get it for retail. And it's not wrong with the resellers either, because I'm cool with a few people that do that in the town too. But, you going to shop with like an official retailer or like Nike product and Jordan product and Timberlands and everything like that. So it's dope.
Yeah, for sure. I love that store.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out Rick's. Make sure you gotta go stop by. Shit. Then we got next week. We got the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Looking at that lineup for that show is crazy. I just want to say that first of all. You got K Pistol on that joint. Man, who? Tony Boy.
Tony Boy.
I was like dumb excited about that one because I'd never seen Tony Boy perform.
Yeah.
His new album, Stupid Fire.
Yeah.
Favorite song, definitely Jordan Era.
Okay.
But like, I was like, yo, damn. But can we say who the person is?
Who
you? I want to find out. That's what I'm trying to.
The special guest.
Yeah.
I can't give it up yet.
Damn.
I can't give it up yet. Just because I want it to be, I really want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
And I want it to be like, yo, Skeese really brought him, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
No, it's exciting.
I want it to be like one of those moments, you know what I mean, where people just go crazy. But you know, K Pistol, he's somebody that been in the town, that been like bubbling. I love that song. He got the hat joint. That joint goes stupid. Every time I see him perform it, it's, you know what I'm saying, it turned the crowd up. All his joints, because he's got a different energy. And then, you know, Tony Boy, he's a legend, you know what I'm saying, here in the town when it comes to like, you know, performing, engineering, DJing too, because he's gonna be DJing at the joint too. Scoop Dollar, that's my brother. I literally started making music with him when I was like 11, 12 years old. So, you know, he's on the show. And we got a couple other cats coming from out of town too. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a really dope show. 100 Grand, right? He's pulling up. So yeah, overall, Les is pulling up. Love every second. Les has been on the road with us, you know what I'm saying, on this last tour. He was in, you know, a bunch of the cities that the tour that me and Conway were just on. So yeah, man, like it's gonna be a dope show for sure. Rec Room, November 14th, 7 p.m. You can still get your tickets now, jaeskeese.com, get your tickets. If you pull up to Rick's and get your tickets, you get 10% off in the store to $15. So you get 10% off on top of whatever you get in the store if you pull up and get a ticket from Rick's. So get your tickets now.
I got mine the day of.
That's what's up.
The day you dropped it. Two tickets. Man,
appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that for real. Cause, you know it's gonna be big if we sell it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a big look for the town, because you got to think, like, a lot of the shows that go on like here in the town normally are gonna be like showcases or, you know, open mics or talent shows. We don't, especially like for our artists here, you don't really see the artists from the town get booked for shows. So, you know, if I can put on a show, sell it out, you know, that's going to create opportunities for other people too. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to make sure that we support one another. The town, we come out and support, you know what I'm saying? Let's sell this joint out, man, and have a great show.
No, that's a fact. I be pushing that shit every day.
For sure.
Because it's definitely, like you said, like when I seen that, it was a big deal. Mm-hmm. Seeing that your name is going to be on Town Ballroom as the headliner. Yeah. Not as like...
Rec Room.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Rec Room. Yeah, at Rec Room with your name on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's different because you usually see big name, like not saying you like out of town name on there, and like then the artist that is from the town, like a supporting artist.
There you go.
But now it's someone from the town with people from the town supporting artists.
100%. So
and then you bring in whoever like we gotta be excited for.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's gonna be a good night, man. We're gonna have a few surprises. It'll be some dope people in the building. So
I definitely see people said that coming from out of town too.
Yeah, it was a few people that hit me up for sure.
It seems like some Toronto cats too. I seen.
Yeah, I got some people coming from like, you know, from the West Coast that said they flying in and everything. Dude from Oregon hit me up, said he was flying in from Oregon. I want to say somebody said they were coming from like Atlanta or something like that as well. So, you know, it's dope because they, you know, I made the announcement like this is my first actual show in Buffalo. Like I've done showcases, I've done, you know, talent shows. I used to throw my own ciphers and do that. You know what I'm saying? So this is like my first actual show. So it's a big deal if you like a Jae Skeese fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It's the biggest deal for us. So we've seen you in fucking Atlanta, Drumwork Fest, DC, and you said like I think it was the Netherlands was your favorite place to perform?
Yeah, out there in Amsterdam, man. You remember that show? Show was crazy.
Now, you've been on, what, 2 more tours since I've seen you?
Man, so what you saw, I pulled up last year. Yeah, so it's been 2 more tours. And then I did a few shows with Marlon Craft.
Yep.
I was in Hartford, Connecticut with Marlon Craft, and I was in Philly with Marlon Craft. And then I also did a festival. The festival was down in like Virginia. But yeah, I've done 2 tours since that time. Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. We did try to make that.
Yeah, so I've been outside, I've been moving around.
Nah, yeah. So has it changed at all? That
you know
favorite?
What? I don't think it's changed, but I don't know if you've seen the footage from that one show on this last tour, the Slam Face Killer tour. It was me and Conway. We stopped in Toronto, and it was a show with Action Bronson. And I wasn't even actually supposed to perform, but I ended up coming out and doing like a couple songs. But I posted a video from that show, and it was like, I want to say it was like 2,000 people there. It was 2,000, right? Yeah. 2000. Yeah, Toronto was like 2000. We were at Drake's venue.
Yep.
History, and man, came out. First song I did, it was like, yo, the crowd was so. It was like one of those crowds where everybody in there wanted to participate, and so I was, hyping the crowd up, and it was a crazy, crazy experience, man. Like, because everybody in there just had this energy, you know what I'm saying, about them. So that came close to that Amsterdam joint for sure. Yeah. But night in, night out on this last tour, it was like it was a good energy pretty much everywhere, except for maybe 1 or 2 dates. But nothing. I still think nothing really compares to that Amsterdam show. That first one in 2021, I think it was, or 2022. That was just different.
Yeah, because when we talked before, because you engage with your fans, like we've been to all those places, and every time you're there waiting after you perform, or after everyone performs, for the fans to come and meet you and everything. Yeah,
you got to, man. Like, I was just talking about that yesterday. I did a master class at Villa Maria College yesterday. And, I was basically just giving advice and stuff like that. And I was telling them, like, just with my background in like customer service, working in retail, I'm like, man, I always make sure I try and like just really tap in with my fans. Cause it's like, without them, you don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's no different than working in a store. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty much a store now myself. Like, I'm like a walking business. So it's like, I want to make sure that I treat my fans, which are like my customers, with the utmost respect, and I want to always give them a good experience, because that's what's going to keep them coming back. They're like my spokespeople in their city now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I just try and make sure, like, if I'm in your city, I'm pulling up, and then I'm not only pulling up, like I'm, coming to tap in with you. I'm gonna shake your hand. Let's take a picture. Let me sign your vinyl. Let me sign your CD, just because I want it to be a memorable experience every time. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like it's been getting harder to do as you get bigger?
Knowing yes, because it's like I still want to be like grounded. I still want to be humble. I still want to be like, and it's I get why you asked that, because it's like sometimes it's hard to, because you don't want to give away too much,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be too accessible to people sometimes, because that can take away some of the, like, I guess, like the novelty of being a fan almost. But then at the same time, like, I want to do stuff different. I want to do stuff in my way. So, I don't think it's hard. It's just like being selective in what moments I want to bring to my fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, what's going on, folks? It is me, it is I am him, it is Space Cadet, and I gotta stop the podcast real quick to talk to you guys about the Struggle Compound. Struggle Compound is located at 2400 Seneca Street, Suite number 5, right on the border of West Seneca and Buffalo. The Struggle Compound is a collective of multiple businesses who are all hustlers, entrepreneurs, and creatives. Struggle Compound is a recording studio, a barbershop, film and photography. Ladies, the Struggle Compound has you covered too, with exclusive extensions by Lele Jones and the Lace Effect. Also, if you need to get some clothes, and right before you go out, come stop through. They got Buffalo's own Family Trappers, Struggle Clothing, and much more. And shout out to the new business, Sleek, that just stopped up in here. Come get you some sleek clothing today. And lastly, folks, you can stop here and come see the Spaced Out Podcast and Revroom. If you're looking to get your podcast done, if you're looking to get some film photography, some drone work, Revroom's got you covered.
So, sticking to the topic of like on tour, do you have like another experience that or like something funny that happened on tour?
Man, tour is always funny. Like, it's always something that happened. But so I'll tell you a quick story. So when I was traveling like by myself a lot on this tour. Like, I was, because this was the first time I was really, like, not the first time, but it was me and Conway, whereas the tour last year it was me, Conway, Sauce. And so I was, direct support for Conway on this run. And so again, I was like traveling by myself, for a good amount of the tour. And I landed in Cleveland. Now, before I got to Cleveland, I flew from Denver. Yeah, this is crazy. I flew from Denver. It was a dude in the airport. He's sitting there. He's like, yo, because he was flying to the same place. And he's like, yo, they just like said it was a crazy tornado there. It's all this power out, da 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 da. It was like this random guy just came up to me and was telling me. I'm just like, all right, like, I don't know why you're telling me this, but whatever. So I get to the airport, in Cleveland. I call my Uber. I jump in the Uber. Now, where I was staying at in Cleveland was like on the east side of the city. Jump in the car or whatever. He takes me to my hotel. Now, they had just had like a tornado the day before. It was like on the east side of the city, the power was out everywhere. Like people's homes, businesses, everything. This was the day before and it was still out. So they had like a big issue going on. So when I get to my hotel, now mind you, it's like 1 a.m. because this Jae kind of fire. It's 1 a.m. We get to the hotel, the shit, no lights. It's a sign on the door. The door is locked. Basically says, find a different hotel. This hotel is no vacancies. You know what I'm saying? Like, cancel your reservation online. You got to find somewhere else. So I'm in the east side of Cleveland with 2 big ass luggages with this dude. I just called an Uber. I don't know this man. Luckily, he was cool, black guy. So I'm like, yo, please help me find somewhere. We in Eastlake, actually. That's where we at, Eastlake. Let's try and find a hotel. So I get on my phone. I'm looking up hotels. We driving. I end up filling up his gas tank. You know what I'm saying? Just on some player shit, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Take me around, I'll fill up your gas tank. Everywhere we driving, I'm putting in hotels. Yo, nowhere has no vacancies. Nowhere. He's driving around because he lives out there. He was taking me to hotels. They didn't have no vacancies or they didn't have electricity. So it gets to be about 2:30 in the morning. Still driving, still looking. I end up finding, like one of them rundown motels. Like they trapping out this shit. It's kids outside walking around in diapers, all type of shit. End up calling this joint. They had 1 room left. It was like $85 a night. Like, yo, I peed right there. It was 2 minutes away. We were on the expressway. Get off, pull up. You're like, yo, the driver, he's like, yo, you gonna be good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. Be all right. Mind you, I'm dolo. I ain't never been over here before, but I'm like, yo, shit, I ain't got, what else I'm gonna do? Man, I get inside or whatever, give dude my ID or whatever. He gives me back the key, gives me an ID, whatever. Get to the room. Yo, it's like one of the nastiest rooms I've ever been in before, bro. Hands down. Like, I go in the bathroom. It's a used washcloth up on the shower. The table got garbage on it. The fucking pillowcases and shit, the covers peeled back, like all types of shit. Yo, I didn't even sleep in that joint for more than like 2 hours. I didn't even sleep in the bed. I slept in the chair that was next to the bed. Like, it was quiet. So, and then by the time I got up in the morning, first thing I did, I got up out of there, got my rental, and I would have slept in the rental if I had to, or if I could have. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to pick up the rental the next day. But yeah, that was like one of the crazier like experiences because I didn't know where I was gonna go or where I was gonna stay because the families that lost power, they were staying in hotels, and then the people that weren't from the area were staying in hotels too. So it was like nowhere had any vacancies in like the entirety of Cleveland. It was crazy.
That shit is wild.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild, but it worked out. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, damn, dog, like this is crazy. You know
this is tour life right here.
Nah, for sure. That's the part that people don't see because like people always think like it's just tour life is just like fun. You just turn it up. You getting girls and you making money doing this. But
they think everything paid for and
everything. It's totally different than what people think, and it is fun and I love it too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a side of it that people don't see. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it can get kind of crazy at times, for sure.
So then first you dropped us Separation of Jordan Mids and Jordan High mixtape.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the ground level joint.
Yep.
So even before that though, earlier this year I had Testament of the Times. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then came the mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. That stupid fire. Mm-hmm. Testament of the Times is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
That's that one. Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
Yo, my God. I'm now gotta, because I've been on ground level and the mixtape, but I can't wait for the CD to finally come in too.
Oh, yeah.
For that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think I already ordered the vinyl too for ground level.
Yeah. Yep, I think those should be shipping within the next like month or two.
Yeah. So, but how did you choose like what was going on the mixtape? And you already had the album.
Yeah, it was I mean, I just wanted to make something to like, you know, heat it up before the album came out, because I knew like I felt like I had a quality product with the album. You know, just with the features, with the production, with the level of songs and songwriting. I felt like, man, I had one. So I'm like, man, some of my favorite projects before they came out, my favorite artists always would, you know what I'm saying, give us like a mixtape beforehand. And so I was like, man, I want to just go over some beats, like some industry beats, and just show what I got. I just want to go crazy. And then, you know, I pulled a few songs that were going to go on the album, but didn't end up making the album, and put those on the mixtape as well. So yeah, so like that was kind of how I made the decision, you know what I'm saying, just to put joints on there, like as far as like production and beats or whatever that, you know, it would be like beats that I know people would like to hear me on. Like the J. Cole joint, that joint had just came out like a couple months ago. So the Pie joint with Ab-Soul and Daylight. I'm like, man, like they got on that joint and blacked out. So with me, I wanna prove like my pen is right up there with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I had to go off that. And then, you know, All for the Love, the classic Locks joint. You know what I mean? That's a classic beat. I haven't really heard too many people rap on it. So it was like, man, let me do this joint and show people that I can go on the classics. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with like Status Symbol. That's one of my favorite Nipsey joints. What else? Man, just, you know, I was just picking beats, and then like the Sexy Red joint. You know what I'm saying? I was just picking different beats that like I know were either hot or they were classics, and I just wanted to just go crazy.
And it reminded me of like Lil Wayne era.
There you go. That's like, what I was going for.
I was like, oh, is he about to do like where like you're talking about ground level right now? And I was like, is he about to show us like this is ground level mixtape? Then is he gonna go to the first floor, second floor, third floor? I was like, is he about to hit us for this? Like, cause this is nuts.
Nah, for sure.
And it's like the beat choices was just like how Lil Wayne would choose them. And I was like, this is the era of mixtapes is coming back.
I was gonna say, like, I'm from that era. Like, you know, I used to go up to, you know, King City, you know what I'm saying, and go get my mixtapes and go back to the crib and, you know, press play. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm from that era. So it's like, for me, I'm just like a student of this shit. So, you know, if that's what I was listening to back in the day and that's what I was, you know, trying to emulate, you know, I just wanted to bring that same feeling for my album. You know what I'm saying? But well, before my album, just to, you know, get people ready and heat it up. And then, you know, on top of that, it was dope that I was able to, you know, connect with Shakenya, you know what I'm saying? Ramon's mom. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Red Carter.
That's what I was just about to get into.
It was dope to be able to connect with her and like, you know, even though it wasn't like a situation that was like a good thing with her losing her son, right. You know, rest in peace to Red Carter. But I felt like, you know, the mixtape was good to like bring more awareness to that situation. And we were able to like help her out, you know what I'm saying, by donating half the proceeds that we made from the mixtape from Even, you know, donating that to her was like a good look. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just want to salute everybody, all the businesses, because there was a lot of businesses that contributed, but also just the people that bought the mixtape and bought the CD. Half of everything went directly to her, which was dope. You know
That's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say I commend you on that for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
It was really dope. And I didn't even know when I purchased it. It was after, like, when I listened to it, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, man. It was, so I was, like, in the middle of, like, recording the mixtape, because I got done with the album. We probably finished the album, like, mixing and mastering it. But I was done recording it in, like, May, at, like, the beginning of May. And so I was like, yo, I want to do this mixtape. And so I was recording it throughout the entirety of, like, June. Mm-hmm. And I want to say it was June 21st or June 20th, but I got the information that, that tragedy happened with Red. And it was like, man, I just kind of it hit me like right here, you know what I'm saying? Like right in my heart. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And it's in my city. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from Buffalo, New York, obviously. So to hear like a 3-year-old got shot and killed, that's like, you know what I mean? Like that's messed up.
Definitely.
You know? So it was like, for me, it was like, what can I do to kind of, I guess, make an impact and help this family, and then also bring awareness to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like to where it's like, yo, we gotta do better. We can't, like, that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know. It was just a crazy situation. I just wanted to do whatever it is that I could do to, you know, just kind of help out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you said you had some big collabs on this album, and like Sauce Walker, Project Pat.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, I got to the end of the album and I heard that, and it was like, yo, for me, that shit was like everything.
Yeah.
Because it brought you as an artist in Buffalo to someone as an art, like that. My best friend, his favorite artist is Project Pat. So it was like, he was like, yo, did you hear? I was like, bro, did I hear it? Did you hear it? And he was like, yo, it's stupid fire. I was like, he's like, Jae Skeese is fire. I'm gonna listen to this whole album now. I was like, yo, see, that shit just like brought, because you're bringing art. What you're doing is like the collabs is bringing. I don't know how to say it. Fuck, I'm high as fuck. But it's bringing like people together, like people to see you as an artist.
Yeah,
like,
it almost just brings validity to my artistry. Because it's like, you know, I've done a lot even before ground level. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But that's what it takes sometimes, like for certain listeners and certain people. Like it's like, yeah, he raps and he's nice, but he ain't got no song with nobody else in the industry. So you know what I'm saying? Or he hasn't been embraced by anyone else really in the industry. So I don't know if I really like him, or I don't know if it's really official. So sometimes those collabs, or even, you know, working with certain producers can bring that validity, you know what I'm saying, to an artist. And so, you know, that's something that I think when we were creating the album and making decisions, I think that was something that, you know, we kind of put in the forefront to say, okay, they haven't heard Skeese with this person or that person. Like even with Situated, like if you go look at the comments on YouTube, like a lot of people were like, yo, we've never heard a song with Big Crit and Sauce Walker together, and they're both established artists. Who is this dude that like thought to put them together? You know what I'm saying? So even something like that brought me a certain level of like respect and like validity in the game, because, you know, who thought to put that together? Well, that was me. You know what I'm saying? So
I did see a lot of like, yo, damn, who is this dude? Like, like Sauce Walker and him sound like, I was like, yo, damn, like they looking for a Sauce and Jae Skeese fucking mixtape type shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's crazy to hear, because his like validity is crazy to people.
No, and what was dope about when Situated came out, it was like Sauce was on a crazy run. Like it was like, I mean, I always see Sauce, like whenever I'm on my timeline, like if I scroll my timeline, I'm gonna see Sauce somewhere, because he's always got something going on. But at that point, he had just dropped like a crazy freestyle, and he had did this, he did that, and you know, he just was on a crazy run. So it was like my song and video came out like at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then to have Big Crit on there, like, who is one of my favorite all-time artists, and just to me is just, you know, one of the dopest ever. To have him on the record is just, you know, it's everything.
I think that's definitely, if Spotify gives me my #1 play song, that's definitely it.
That's what it is.
I definitely played that shit. When it dropped that day, I think it played it like 47 times probably. It was just on repeat, and I'm just like,
nah, it's a banger, man. It's a banger. You know, it's funny too, because like we didn't even initially want to put that song out first. We wanted to like build up to it, and it was like we were kind of going back and forth with the idea of, you know, putting this song out or put that song out, and then it was like, yo, we got to just lead.
Which one was it?
That joint.
What was gonna be?
Originally, I think we were gonna do, what was it, Brick After Brick, bro? Yeah, we were originally, it was gonna be Brick After Brick. Start off with that, and then I think we were gonna do Situated after that, and then I think those were gonna be the 2 singles, and then we kind of switched our pitch a little bit. But yeah, that's
Because it was that
what
and
it
Puppet,
was.
right?
Say it again.
You did that and Puppet.
So Lost Puppets didn't end up being a single, but I had a video for it.
Yeah. That shit, that video for it, it was crazy. Like,
Now we were able to like get
who
into like
directed
that
that?
creative bag. The homie Sasha, their joint is called Rangefinder Films. They're up in Toronto.
Okay, yeah.
So
That video was
very
crazy.
very talented group up there. Shout out to the homie Sasha. Shout out to Bryson too, my man Bryson. He helped me put everything together. We had like for the puppets, there was like this lady from Alberta, Canada. I don't know the exact city, but she's like fire as hell in Canada somewhere that actually made those for us. And like originally, because when I was listening to the beat for the song, originally it kept putting me in a space of like, or had me thinking of like, you remember like those old school like puppet shows where it's like a bunch of kids and they're like running back and forth with the puppets and there's like the, you know, like the red curtain and stuff like that. That's what like the beat was making me think of. So that's why I made the song. Like I'm real animated all throughout the song. Why you want to go like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just all over the place on the song because that joint was just so crazy to me. And that's when I had the idea to like make the puppets and, you know, show, almost like do like a play with like the kids. That was the original idea for the video. It was gonna be like kids and, you know, puppets, and I'm telling these stories about how people do this, how people do that, and how the puppets acted out. But then we weren't able to get kids, and we kind of had to change it up a little bit, which is dope because the video is still really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the poker scenes, and I'm at the piano playing over here, and then I'm over here as well. Like it, like that video just creatively is just out of this world for sure.
For sure, it's like I was like, yo, the song was creative in itself. Like that the hook be stuck in my head
because it's
like,
simple,
why you
but
go like that, man? Why you want to go? And you just be like, yo, all right, gotta put it on now again.
Yeah, now it's simple, but it's definitely like a earworm for sure.
Yeah, an earworm. I like that saying right
there. Yeah, earworm. Yeah, it's like, you know, once it's in your ear, it just keeps, you know, stays there, it digs in your ear.
How do you feel about the reception you received so far from your fans about it?
For the album?
Yeah.
It's been great. You know, I think between, well, I don't want to compare it, but I think the reception of the album has been great. I think I did a good job of giving people a lot of range on the album, and I think that's what people really appreciate about it because it's not just like one song or one sound on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we just visited a lot of different, you know, things that I could do as an artist on the album. I did a little bit of singing. I did a lot of rapping. I showed that I can write songs. I showed that I can write hooks. I showed that I can write, you know, bridges. I showed that I can, when I'm working with other artists in the industry, I showed that I can, you know, exist with them in these spaces. I think even with the artwork, you know, shout out to PQ Design. He killed the artwork. I think it's super dope. I think the project also is, and this is something I've been told from the fans, is like, it's a lot of different sounds, but it's still cohesive. You know what I mean? And I think even with the way that, you know, the album is sequenced, it just takes you on a roller coaster ride. And that's what I always try to do whenever
Who did the sequencing?
I did.
You did?
Between me, my man Chad, and then my man OJ, you know, he was around for like the sequencing, you know what I'm saying, and getting that together.
Yeah, because that shit, it goes perfect.
Everybody, and then that's another thing that I've heard from everybody is that Fruits of the Labor, the joint with Project Pat, it was like the perfect way to end the album. And I think so too, because it leaves you on a high note.
It leaves you on that, but it leaves you wanting more too.
That too.
It's like, oh, is there another song after this? Nah, but I can start it over.
Yeah.
And you know that song is gonna be there.
Yeah, no, I say in my eyes, it's a masterpiece. It's my best work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm real proud of it, man. But, you know, also you know, I'm cooking up on the next thing.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Do you have it like you're already in the studio for that? Obviously,
I got a bunch of songs already done, and just, you know, working the magic that it's gonna take to get the album out. You know? And hopefully we can put it out before the end of the year. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So with the release of Ground Level, what have you learned about promoting your music in today's digital landscape? And are there any strategies that worked well for you?
That's a real good question. So I think the number one thing that I've learned with promoting this new album is that you really need to have like a plan for, I guess, kind of just strategizing how you're going to get awareness about your album, because it has to be done in a certain way now. Like it can't, I feel like before, and this was probably when like, you know, I was like really just coming up. I feel like if your music was on a certain blog, you know, if you were on Two Dope Boys, you were on Hip Hop DX, you were on Complex, that was all you needed. You know what I'm saying? All you needed was to be on one of those respected platforms. And from there, it was like, well, I'm going to listen to this album because they said so.
Yeah.
Whereas in 2024, it's like you can be on those platforms and it's cool. Like, you know, it's a good look. But you also need like viral moments, or you need, if it's not going to be a viral moment, you need to be on SpacedOut Podcast or, you know, another podcast, and you need to be saying something, and you need to take that clip. It needs to be blasted, you know, on your socials. And then you need to have like a freestyle somewhere on like On the Radar or on SpacedOut Podcast or, you know, somewhere else. And you need to blast that. And then you also got to have like, you know, maybe another clip from a music video. You got a dope video, you need to take that clip and blast that, because people digest different types of content throughout the day. Like when I look at my timeline on Twitter, or on X, I should say, you know, I'm seeing interview content, I'm seeing new music videos, I'm seeing freestyles. And if you are being like broadcasted and blasted on, you know, these different platforms, whether it's you talking, whether it's you rapping, whether it's, you know, your music video, or people talking about you, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't even got to be you. It could be somebody talking about you, and that's being blasted. It's going to create this thing where it's like, I can't get away from this person. I got to check it out. And that's what I feel like makes people go and actually check out the music now. They have to see you constantly. It's almost like advertising. Well, it's marketing, it's advertising, but just done, I think, more in a strategic way. And so that's one thing that I've definitely learned, is that I need to do more in terms of like just putting myself out there and doing like, you know, interviews and doing, you know, talking on podcasts and talking in, you know, different spaces. And then also making sure that once I have that content, I'm actively like putting it out there and making sure that, you know, this account and that account and this account, they're all like working together to kind of put me in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's like the number one thing that I've learned.
That's what I've been trying to do. The same exact thing. Just pushing, because it's like, oh, it's a viral moment in this one, so you got to watch the whole thing.
Yep.
And it's like you're manipulating people's minds to think like to go and do what you want them to do, which is watch it or listen to it.
Yeah, because I mean that's all it is. It's like even if the music is good, like that doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to know that, you know, you lit. They just want to know that, yo, I keep seeing this person. I just saw him on the radar. I just saw him on Spaced Out. I just saw his music video, and this account tweeted it. And, you know, I pay attention to this account all the time. And they always have the fire music videos, or they always got the most latest stuff. So I got to go and listen to it now just because I keep seeing his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, damn. But also then it costs too to get on these platforms. Some of these platforms.
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them, you know,
but then some of these platforms got to pay you.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, it's all relationships.
Because
you know
especially now that album showed itself, so they need to be out here like, yo, we need Jae Skeese.
Yeah. But then also, I think too, I mean, another thing that I'm learning more and more is just, you know, it's the process. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people know. I think some people know, and you know, people they rock with it, they respect it. But you know, I gotta fall in love with the process of, you know, starting from ground level and building up into a skyscraper. So I preach it, I talk about it all the time. And that's, that's something that I actively really got to do. You know what I'm saying? Just know that the process is working. It's just we in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Ohana means family. The verses and were like very intentional, melodic. Can you talk about the writing on the track, and was it for your daughter?
Yeah. So I wrote that joint. I was down in Tampa actually, and I got to go down there and work with my man Waji and Esto. Shout out to Justice League. Shout out to them. And I just remember just being in the studio, man, like, and had my family on my mind, and I'm down there. I'm like, yo, like, this is crazy to be in Tampa right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, be down here and recording who I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter was on my mind for sure for that first verse because, it was like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? And, I was speaking to more so not about my daughter in the first verse, but more so speaking to why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like putting her through college, making sure that, my family has what they need. That was like why I started making music for real, is because, I wanted to help my mom and like be there for my mom after my father passed away. And like music at the time, like 12, 13 years old. So music was a way that I thought I could like generate some revenue to like help my mom. You know what I'm saying? So that was like what really gave me the drive from the beginning to even make music. And then the second verse, I'm talking like more so to my mom and to my daughter's mother about like, just me being a dad and, kind of growing as a man and seeing, I guess, understanding, like when I'm speaking to my mom, understanding what it is to be a parent and, the lengths that you go, you know what I'm saying, to take care of your kids. Cause when I was younger, I didn't really understand, okay, my mom would be at work, you know what I'm saying, all day, or, you know what I'm saying, she'd be at work, we'd be at school, and then me and my sister get home, she don't get home till 7 p.m., then she still cook us dinner, but you upset cause like you ain't seen your mom all day, you know what I'm saying, you're not understanding that she had to work the overtime shifts because she had to put some food on the table and take care of the bills, and nobody else was helping her with that. So that was like what I was talking to, or what I was speaking to. And then same thing with like, my daughter's mother, I was like kind of speaking to her in that second verse, like, she went to school, like once we had our daughter, she went to school, she got through school, and like now she's like got her own business, like she's doing her thing. And like, I really I salute that, you know what I'm saying? Like I love to see it because, it just shows like the level of dedication, not only to like taking care of Nas, but also just like her leveling up as a person. And I think that's like super dope. Even before, like when I still was working like my regular 9-to-5, before all this music stuff, she used to always just like preach to me like, yo, you need to find a way to like, work for yourself and be independent. And I used to think that she would say that to me because it was like, she was like throwing it in my face that she was like doing her own thing. But once I got into like music in the capacity that I'm in it now, it's like that independence that you have when you like, and freedom that you have when you doing your own thing and just working for yourself and, you figuring it out. It's like, it's kind of like, you don't want to trade that for anything. Like I would do anything, or I would do whatever I have to do to not have to go back to working like a regular 9-to-5. Now that I've been, doing my own thing for all this time now, because it's a level of freedom that you have just to know that like, your talents and your drive and dedication to what you love puts you in position to just live your life on pretty much your terms. There's something about that that's like just kind of invaluable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, that's special because everybody don't have that opportunity.
Speaking about your 9-to-5, someone today, I was at work picking up my pre-rolls before I come in here. Shout out Buffalo Dreams. Make sure y'all go stop in 900 Niagara Falls Boulevard.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. They got like the whole billboard up there and all that.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's woman owned too.
Yeah, I know. Two ladies, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the dude was like, oh, you're not working? I was like, no, I gotta go do this interview. He said, who are you interviewing? I was like, Jae Skeese. He was like, yeah, you know what's crazy? Is this dude was like one day was selling me sneakers, and the next day he was rapping his ass off, and I was like, yo, yeah. He's like, yo, tell him congratulations, because he said it's beautiful to see the people in our city doing well.
Yeah,
and
that's dope. That's dope as hell. Salute to you, whoever you is. I don't know who you is, but salute to you, man.
He gave you the best customer service award too.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yo, I just go in there to buy sneakers from him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
yeah,
yo,
it used
dope.
to be a lot of people that would come through. Like, it's probably still people that go in there to this day. Yo, where dude with the dreads at? Like, they used to always come in. They ain't know my name, but yo, where dude with the dreads at, man? Because my dreads was real long, like longer than this. And they would always come in, yo, dude with the dreads, man, he gonna hook me up. Let me see, where dude with the dreads at? You know what I'm saying? So it used to be a lot of people who would come through and ask for me, you know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody, man. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody.
Yeah. Salute to Villa.
Yeah, salute to DTLR Villa.
You know yeah. Oh yeah, they did change their name now.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. So reflecting on your journey since our last conversation, how do you think you evolved as an artist with this latest release?
I think that's a good question. I felt like with Abolish Uncertainties, and you know, I'll just stick there. With Abolish Uncertainties, I felt like it took like my whole life to make that album, because I put like my whole life into that album.
You did say that.
You know what I'm saying?
You did say that in Ground Level too.
Yeah. Like and even with Ground Level, like, you know, I put a lot of me into that. But I think Abolish Uncertainties to me was important to put out because I just wanted my story to be out there. I just wanted to like let people know who I was. I wanted to, I like kind of had like a point to prove. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finally here. I finally put out my first album that had like, you know, it had that pushing behind it. I'm letting the world know who Jae Skeese is, and I'm giving you a glimpse of what I can be. With Ground Level, I feel like it was more intentional in the ways that I was trying to be like, I was trying to show my artistry. You know what I'm saying? Like earlier we were talking about Lost Puppets. That's really Jae Skeese, you know what I'm saying? If we like get it down to the nitty gritty, like I like to have fun. I like to be different on the track. I like to give, you know, them verses and give them bars and, you know what I'm saying, find different ways to say certain things. You know what I mean? And I like to do it in my way. So like the Lost Puppets and the Situated, like that's a whole different type of sound for me. So I just really wanted to show that I could like exist in different spaces. And I feel like I also wanted to just, you know, just show all the different sides of me. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like just telling you my story. Because now you got my story. With Abolish Uncertainties, you know who I am. You know, like I gave you my whole life story on, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Auntie Crystal and Sideline Saga and Revolver. I gave you my whole story. Now we getting into like who I am as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And doing all the different things that I can do. And I think too, I was able to show like more of a, I guess, commercial sound in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with like Sarah Lee with Lloyd and Dave East and Jay Worthy. Like that's
be on every radio station.
Yeah, it should be on the radio every day on your
every day
5 o'clock drive home. Yep. It should be.
Definitely should be.
Salute to everybody that has played it.
Okay.
Salute to everybody that has played it, because people, you know, it's been some radio stations that have played it. They've been playing Situated. They've been playing Brick After Brick. So salute to everybody that has been jamming it. But you know, I think I really wanted to show that other side, you know what I'm saying? That I could be considered as more of a commercial artist too, if you give me the right, you know, the right circumstance, the right beat, the right opportunity, and if I'm working with the right artists and everything.
Yeah, because that was another loaded song. Like I was like, yo, what?
Yep.
Lloyd? You got Lloyd, you got Dave East, and then
Jay Worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like everybody complimented each other on the whole song. It was like it gave you that 2004, 2005 feel with the song too, because of I think that was like the Lloyd effect.
Yeah, I mean, it brought you back. You know what I'm saying? It brought you back to that era, and the thing that I think people discounted from that song or didn't really think about it is, yo, I took you from Buffalo to Atlanta to New York to LA.
Yep.
All on one record. And where they from? From Florida? I took you all over the map, all in one record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That like we gotta get out.
Yeah, because you got Sauce in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got yeah, and then and that's another thing. Then you gave you showed that I could do down south rap.
Yeah.
I could do West Coast rap. I could do Atlanta bop. Like I could do everything.
Exactly. And again, that's that's what I was saying with like, what I wanted to do on the album. I just wanted to show that I could kind of exist in every space. It doesn't it's not a space that I can't exist in. It's not an artist that I can't be next to and still be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that Sarah Lee one. I was like, yo, this is definitely like, this should be strip clubs in the club for a slow dance.
All that.
Like all that right now. So, yo, put Sarah Lee on that shit, yo.
Nah, it's a fact.
That shit Glory.
Glory? Yep.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's my joint. That joint, I would have just talked my shit on that one. You know what I'm saying? Talk my shit.
I think my absolute favorite has to be Eken 4.
Eken 4?
Yeah. But it's because of like going from Eken 1 all the way to Eken. We're at Eken 4 now. And it stands, like, I feel like for you, it's got to stand for more. And like as a fan, like me as a fan, like I know that it's like 4, you're everything 4 Wees. Like, so that was like a big deal.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. And then on top of all that, like Ski Beats did the beat.
Yeah.
Ski Beats is legendary.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Skeese on a ski beat.
Yeah, all the work that he
Someone
did
was
on,
like,
on
yo,
Reasonable
Skeese
Doubt.
does beats, and I was like, nah, dog, what?
Yeah, that's Ski Beats. Like, if you don't know, you should know. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fan of hip hop, but he's done a lot of work with Jay-Z and a lot of other artists. But I mean, he's all over Reasonable Doubt. We don't have to say anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, salute to Ski Beats. He put together something crazy. And Mike Summers, because he actually did a replay. So they co-produced the beat. You know what I'm saying? Mike Summers did his thing as well. But yeah, it's dope to like see the evolution of like the Ekens. Because I remember when I did the first one, right? It was like, I think I might have been somewhere and I'm just like, yo, I'm about to do this record and I'm about to just talk about all the colorways of the Jordans and Nikes because nobody has done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, now at this point, it's like, yo, I've done Eken 1, Eken 2, Eken 3, shooting the video out there in Vegas. And you know what I'm saying? Now Eken 4, I recorded Eken 4 when I was in London. You know what I'm saying? So just to see the evolution of, the different songs and just to take it as far as I have, it's like, yo, this is everything because I'm a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
And it's like something that people know me for now. It's like people, I remember when I put up the track list, they're like, oh, we getting Eken 4? So it's like, that's something that I really built and people look forward to. And for me, again, it's like, that started out as just like a small idea. Yo, I'm gonna do this first one, call it Eken. And you know what I'm saying? Write Nike backwards. And you know what I'm saying? And I worked with sneakers for years and years and years. So to see it turn into what it is now, it's like, damn, I really did that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because it's like something we wait for as fans from you. It's like, yo, Eken 4 is on here. What? I'm like, oh, you want to listen to the whole, like the album from start to beginning, but in your mind, you want to skip to that song because you're like, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
But you
see what he did on this one.
Yeah, but you have to like hold it together and get through this.
Nah, 100%.
Like you're like, fuck. So I just tossed my phone. I was like, just threw it on loud as fuck. I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning too. I didn't give a fuck.
Just let it play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I went to sleep after work. 12 a.m. I can't bump. 8 a.m. I could bump.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But that's a song that I was like, I gotta wait. This is the song. This is it. This is the one I want to hear.
For sure.
And Nike need to throw you that contract.
Listen, man, we working on it, man. We working on it actively.
Yeah.
Actively.
They
What's
need.
your favorite one of those?
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, man, that is a good question. I think my favorite one is probably Eken 2. I think my favorite one is Eken 2. I love Eken 2. But you know what? Nah, I love all of them equally, man, for different reasons. I just really love the beat for Eken 2, but I love the beat for Eken 3. I love the beat for Eken 4. I love the beat for Eken 1. So I can't really say. I don't think I have a favorite one, man, because all of them, it's just like, you know, that's me. You know what I mean? Kicks, talking about the different colorways and sneakers and what I love, and talking about the culture even. You know what I'm saying? Like Eken 4 was, you know, the back half of the song was like about the culture, how people take kicks and they flip them and they, you know what I'm saying, turn into assets. It's like, you know, I gave a little bit more into, you know, actual sneaker culture on Eken 4, whereas on all the other Ekens, you know, I was just giving you colorways and silhouettes and, you know what I'm saying, talking all that. So I don't think I have a favorite one because I love all of them for different reasons. Even the first one, I love it because it's the very first one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to answer your question, I don't think I have a favorite. I love all of them equally for different reasons. Yeah, for sure.
Did you have a favorite song on the album?
Favorite song on the album, on Ground Level.
Yeah.
Favorite song on the album has got to be Fruits of the Labor.
Yeah.
And I say Fruits of the Labor because every time I play Fruits of the Labor, I got to play it twice. Because it's like that joint, it gives me a feeling that like I don't always have when I listen to some of my music. It's like, especially where it's placed at on the album, it's almost like, yo, this is like, you know, I'm talking about, you know, the Fruits of the Labor. It's like you get through the whole album. I'm talking about grinding. I'm talking about starting from ground level and building up. I'm talking about, you know, the process. I'm talking about all that. And where it ends at with Fruits of the Labor, it's like you finally seeing, you know, the fruits of all this work you put in. You finally seeing it. And, you know, just with the hook and, you know, I've been out here hustling, grinding all the time. Like that's literally my life every day. You know what I'm saying? I wake up, I'm figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So that song for me just really hits different every time I hear it because it's like, that's really my life and that's what I'm on.
Yeah, that shit, every time I hear it, it takes me back to being in this man's car. And this man only played 3 6 Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not, like, bro, he got me onto 3 6 Mafia. And that's all, I literally only knew, I think, Chicken Head at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, one other song from them. But, like, this man, you got into this man's car, every 3 6 Mafia song that or CD that's ever dropped, he has
that's
it.
what he was on.
Like everything. Yo, you would listen to the same album 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But then
that's what he was on.
But then I'd like then realize it's the culture of the Midwest culture. And it was just like that's all he knew was the Midwest culture.
Nah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
There was nothing, no one was better.
Yeah.
But now, like, as a fan of, like, artists, it's like, yo, I only, like, in the morning, it's only you, Love, and there's Buffalo people now, only 2. You, Love, Pistol.
Yep.
And right now, that's the only 3, like, honestly, that I can say, like, every morning. It's like, but Pistol is every Friday. Pistol is every 9:30 o'clock or 10:30 at night when I'm closing out work. It's K Pistol.
Yeah, he teeing you up.
Because it's like, okay, we're about to get the fuck out of here. But like in the morning, I'm like, I need some knowledgeable bars. It's like, Love and Skeese. I need Love and Skeese.
Nah, that's what it is, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that hat.
You said, oh yeah. That joint,
Friday,
that crazy.
That shit.
That joint is crazy.
And then if you
man.
go to the joint with this Head in the Clouds, that one album is fucking Hot Sauce. You just be like, or the damn, what's that one? He got Justo Einstein.
Okay.
Yo, I was like, yo,
I gotta check that one out.
He just like, but he put this out, and it was like, I think my perspective, it was too soon for that one.
Okay.
That mixtape,
Yeah.
he should have held on to. Like he dropped it is stupid fire, but if he would have held on to it and dropped it right now,
yeah,
crazy. Like it would like, but people are gonna go back and listen to it, and it's gonna.
And that's
the
what
numbers
it's
are
about,
gonna go
man.
up.
That's all it's about, is building up your discography.
Yep.
And having like a you know, obviously body of work, but a bigger body of work. You know what I'm saying? All these phenomenal albums that you dropped over, you know, this period of time. I mean, you look at West Side Gun. Like, I remember when he put out the first Hitler, and now, you know, he just put out 11.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then all the projects in between that and all the work that he's done. It's like when you look at what he's given us over, you know, a period of like 10 years, it's like, yo, this is a flawless discography. If we pull from every single thing, we look here, we look there, like, bro, you gave us a crazy body of work. You know what I'm saying? So when they go back, it's like, man, he been nice since, you know what I'm saying, 2012.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
They only, Reddit, they only talk shit about fucking what he does on fucking Twitter or fucking Instagram. They can't fucking, when it comes to the music, every time it's like, all the comments is, oh, he's fired, it's amazing, but stay off Instagram, stay off social media.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, that's what keeps y'all coming. You there because he's on social media talking that shit to you.
That's a fact. And it just plays into, you know, everything else that he
I
does,
feel
like with the wrestling. Like he's a wrestling
he's
heel.
the heel.
Online. Yeah, that's what he is.
He's the heel.
And it's funny because when I was just at Hills Have Eyes 3 out in Chicago, I was there a couple of days ago, and watching some of the wrestling matches, because I'm not super into wrestling, but just watching, you know, some of the wrestlers come out and they talking crazy to the crowd. It actually took me back to when I used to watch WWF and WWE, and I didn't realize what they were doing back then. But, you know, it's like getting the crowd amped up, they talking back and forth with the fans, they talking shit.
Yeah.
And then there's like, you know, this guy that comes out the back and it's everybody's favorite. And then, you know, he shuts the heel up. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just kind of crazy that he incorporated that in what he does on the internet now, because like you said, it keeps people coming back and keeps people talking. So it's pretty dope to watch.
Yo, have you watched the Vince McMahon one on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Yo, watch it.
You're going
that I was like, and then when I watched that, and I took it and I put it to West Side Gun, I was like, holy fuck, he is a genius.
Yeah.
Like, genius. Like, nobody has done what he's doing. He set a platform for everyone that's here right now in Buffalo.
For sure.
And it's amazing. I was like pissed. I was like, yo, we should have went to this. I was telling my homeboy, we should have went, dog.
Yeah.
I was like, do you not see who's in the crowd? Like, there's so many people there that, like, I could have just been like, yo, what up? And been like, yo, 2 seconds real quick.
Yeah.
2 seconds real quick. Just to get one question off to him.
Yeah, nah, it was a great event, man. To be honest, like, it's something that I don't think people in Buffalo are even ready for. Because it was just, you know, we're in Chicago. It's, you know, 1,500 people out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are from Chicago. People flew in from, you know, all different places. I saw Nicholas Craven there. He's from Montreal. You know what I'm saying? So you got people from Cali out there. I saw, man, it was a lot of people, bro. It was like, like all types of people that I've seen all over the place too. Like people that I've seen in Europe, you know what I'm saying, were there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to kind of see what West is building. And like I said, it's just kind of like, I don't think people in Buffalo are even ready for that. You know what I mean? But it's gonna
I feel
be
like the
when he
wrestling
does
fans are.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think people who do like wrestling and they are into that, I think they're ready for it. But it's just it's a whole experience.
The wrestling fans, but like the incorporation of the hip hop and wrestling is
and that's like the biggest thing is that like he found a way to like bring those two things together and like, you know, you had people who, you know, liked wrestling. You know, you had Action Bronson, you had, you know, Smoke Dizza. I know like he's a big fan of wrestling too, but nobody has done it in the way like, you know, Wes is doing it, you know, with Fourth Row with Dizza. Like this is like unprecedented, uncharted territory. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So for me to be at that event and to see it, you know, with my own too, it was super dope. Super dope. Salute to Wes.
Shout out to when I seen you getting, I was like, fuck. Skeese went to this event too. And I looked at my homeboy, I was like, you see this bullshit? And he was like, yo, we gotta be here at work. And I was like, they would have gave us off, bro.
Yeah. You know, I just learned this, man. Like, I'm not just learning this, but I've known this for a minute. But sometimes it's like, man, you know, you just got to take that chance sometimes.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You just got to figure it out later. Like, yo, I'm supposed to be at work, but, man, I know that this is my dream. So, you know, I'm going to have to just take the sacrifice for right now. I've done it countless times. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I would rather be at the crib because, like, you know, I got X, Y, and Z going on. But at the same time, I might just have to take this chance, you know what I'm saying? Because I need to be in the building for this.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's going, from now on, that's what's been going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was definitely an event. Like, that was like, it's just like your event coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was something that I need to be at.
Yeah.
Like, yesterday, I was like, damn, no ride to this fucking Villa Maria event. I was like, I just want to be there, record it, and fucking listen to what you had to say during it.
No, 100%. It was, you know, even that, you know, it was dope to be there and, you know, talk to, you know, the kids that were there. There was, you know, a few people there that really, you know, they had a lot of questions. I feel like, you know, the information that I was able to give them was really valuable too, you know. So the people that actually did pull up, I hope they, you know, heard me with both ears and, you know, they take what I said and, you know, kind of incorporate it in, you know, what they got going on. Because some of them were artists, some of them produced, you know what I'm saying? Some of them had dreams. So, you know, and I'm somebody now that I can honestly say, like, you know, I'm actually living in my dreams. So, you know, it was dope to meet the kids, meet the faculty. They showed a lot of love yesterday.
Yeah. That was dope. That was a dope opportunity for you, for sure.
For sure. I would have never, like, guessed, you know, 12-year-old me or 13-year-old me just starting out rapping. I would be talking at a college about, you know, my writing process and things that got me to where I am today. I would have never guessed that. So it was fire.
What was the writing process like for this one?
For ground level?
Ground level.
I mean, it's the same as always. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm writing or, you know, when I'm crafting, you know, like I said before, I think the main difference was I was trying to be intentional with, like, when I was making tracks or I was making records, I hear this person on here, so let me leave an open space here, or let me make sure I talk about this and make sure I do this and do that, you know, formulate it like this, because I can hear, you know, this person on this record, or, you know, that's more so what I was going for in terms of the writing, but in terms of, like, the actual writing process, that never really changes up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's next? Because it seems like you are getting all the artists that you want to be on your album.
I mean, it's a few people that I still want to work with. I think now, like, it's like I'm more so now, I'm just focused on making good music. Like, yeah, it was a few artists that I had to get. Like, you know, working with Big Crit, like, that had to happen.
Yeah.
Project Pat, like, that was like, once the opportunity presented itself, it was like, nah, that had to happen.
Yeah.
But now for me, it's like just building on the success that I've already had. And, like, you know, if there's an opportunity to work with somebody and they can add value to, you know, whatever record I'm working on, shit, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just more so now, I'm just really focused on making, like, the best music that I can make, and just, you know, continuing to show and prove. Because I feel like that's what I'm doing now, or that's what I've been doing, is, like, just showing and proving that, you know, I belong in this space. I belong, you know, I need to be considered with the rest of the greats. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a vision and I'm doing it in my way. I'm not following, like, really a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving people motivation. I'm giving people my real story every time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving people just, it's like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? And it's a space for that in the game. Whether, you know, it's been given to me or I've just paved that way myself, it's a space there now. So that's what it is.
02 Yale Cup camp's fire too.
Yeah, that's my joint right there.
Yo, the one song, I'm trying to think of it. That's why I'm on the list. I think it's Peter Parker. That sounds very
Peter Parker?
like very much like a Lupe. And I was like, yo, damn, if he gets a Lupe on this, like a remix, that shit would be fire. But just you and Lupe, like I know that's one of your dreams, but
yeah, for sure.
I definitely heard it in that song, and I was like,
yeah. You know what's funny? We were, Chad, did we not say that? Lupe Fiasco on Peter Parker? We definitely said that. We said that for sure. Yeah, we definitely said that. But nah, it's funny because that song kind of reminds me of, not reminds me of because it's different, but I know why you say it. It's because of I Got You.
that and Kick Push.
Yeah, you think Kick Push?
Yeah,
See,
I don't know
really
why.
Hear Kick Push, but
I think I hear it in the beat some way, like a little, just a little bit, because like I bet you get a DJ and you tell him to blend those two songs together,
yeah,
you're gonna hear it like what I hear.
I gotta see that because I know what you mean when you say you could hear Lupe on that for sure.
I was like, yo,
yeah,
I was like, is this a hidden? Like, is he about to pop up and he hit this one? Like, you're not gonna, because I think that was dope as fuck when artists do that. Like, if you got a really good one, you hide, and you drop the album, you hide the names.
Like that mystery hidden feature.
And then they give you the names like the next day after. I was like, I'm always like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, for sure.
I was sad also that we were supposed to go to that Toronto show, but where did we go instead?
The Toronto show was at work.
Oh, yeah.
But we in New York City was right there too.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because that one, I knew it was going to be something special.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that Action Bronson, I was like...
Nah, it was a good night. It was a great night, actually, man. Like, again, that crowd was just, they were electric. So it was dope to be in there, dope to be up on the stage and rock with, Toronto. And it was a good night, for sure.
Yeah. But I appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you want to tell them before we get out of here?
Man, go stream Ground Level. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Keep the streams going. Keep, watching the videos, obviously. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, Jae Skeese. The YouTube is Jae Skeese 716. Get your tickets now for the show. November 14th, I'm here in Buffalo, New York at Rec Room. Also, November 20th, I'll be in New York at Mercury Lounge. So go to jaeskeese.com. Get your tickets now. We're going up from Ground Level. And man, let's finish off 2024 in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Foes up, everything for Weeds.
Make sure you go like, subscribe, do all that cool shit, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
It's the Wiz.